I'm calling for a constitutional amendment called No One is Above the Law Amendment. Each of us is equal before the law. No one is above the law. The American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed. The justice system should be respected, and we should never allow anyone to tear it down. Those responsible can be held accountable. In my administration, no one is above the law.
What's going on, America? Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. Before we get into this video, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel, just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble and the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well. Now, with no further ado,
welcome to my party, we're just getting started.
What's going on, America? Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And yeah, man, Joe Biden was talking reckless back then. Nobody was above the law. That was back when he was using the justice system to go after Donald Trump. And they tried to, convince the American people that they were on the up and up and everything was fair. That sounds like a good slogan or catchphrase that you throw out, nobody's above the law. And of course, those that hate Donald Trump would lap that up. They love it. They love it because, see, they think Trump was guilty of every single thing they tried to go after him over. So when they would say nobody's above the law, they would get excited about that. And of course, as a politician, you got to say that, right? Especially when, you have some issues yourself and you have to pretend your issues or your family's issues, they're not even above the law. You can't just come straight out and say, look, man, we actually are above the law. We've been getting away with all types of crimes for years and everything like that. And we had it on lockdown. Nobody was really going after us because we all had disagreement and everything. But then Trump comes along, tips over the apple cart. We get revealed that we're corrupt. And then our retaliation is to go after this dude with lawfare using all these institutions that's been covering up for us this whole time. And, you can't say that. So you got to say something clever like nobody's above the law. But guys, today we found out that somebody is.
I'm extremely proud of my son, Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know. And I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision. And I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
You have.
Your husband, the president, has said he wouldn't pardon your son. He wouldn't commute his sentence.
That's correct.
As a mother, though, you must want to see this burden lifted off your son. Do you wish you could do that? Well,
Joe and I both respect the judicial system, and that's the bottom line.
Well, there you have it, guys. I guess the case closed. I guess Creepy and the crackhead, their enterprises finally came to an end. Creepy, had to, of course, throw his son under the bus because, how would it look if the president was to cover up or, maybe perhaps pardon his son? It would look biased. It would look like it's nepotism. It would look like somebody's above the law, right? So during this time when they were attempting to get reelected, they had to say that. They had to say that because, that would be all bad just to say, somebody's above the law, my son, and I'm going to pardon him. So now we done heard it from Creepy's mouth, right? Nobody's above the law, and they are not going to, of course, pardon his son. Hunter's going to finally have to face the music, y'all. Can you believe that? All of those women, all of those videos, all of that crack smoking, all of that gun banging and toting and stuff on videos. Yeah, Hunter is about to face the music, baby. So now here comes all of the clowns to parrot what Joe Biden said about nobody's above the law, and he's not going to pardon his son.
The idea that no person is above the law is a bedrock principle of American justice.
No man is above the law, no matter what the crime.
And I agree with you. No man is above the law, and no person is above the law.
Presidential promise to put the law before family.
I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
letting the world know that he will not wipe away the decision of 12 of his son's peers.
That is what it means to have a rule of law. That is what it means to not have a king.
They're not above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
Everyone will be treated, as Merrick Garland has said, as equally.
The president said he won't touch it. He said he's not going to pardon his son, and it seems that Merrick Garland let it go through. How can the Justice Department be weaponized against Trump when all of that is happening?
Democrats stand for the rule of law. Remember, law and order. And we've been saying that Trump's not above the law, Hunter Biden's not above the law, no one is above the law. And it is amazing to see the stark contrast between how Democrats handled today and how Republicans handled this whole thing over the last couple of weeks.
No one is above the law, even a former president.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
No one is above the law.
The law is the law, and no one should be above it.
And yes, nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law. Joe Biden has already proven he's willing to stand up for the rule of law in a way that we could all never imagine.
Accept the verdict no matter what it is, and that he has ruled out pardoning his own son. Contrast that from what we hear from Donald Trump. And again, we have to underline, in no uncertain terms, President Biden saying, I will accept the outcome. I will accept what the jury decides here. That's the way our legal system works. And no, I will not pardon my own son.
No one else is above the law, including a president.
Nobody is above the law. You can't have two justice systems in America. It has to be one justice system. And anybody who breaks the law should be held accountable.
And that no one is above the law.
And the contrast is so clear in terms of decency and principle and transactional guidance in terms of how you view the world.
What the hell did you just say?
It is still a good day for the United States that this conviction is a prime example of the way our judicial system is supposed to work. Even President Biden saying in a statement that he would respect the outcome of this case. Those words so completely contrast with what his opponent, now a convicted felon himself.
Now, y'all hear all of that? Nobody's above the law. And he's showing a great example of what not to do, unlike Donald Trump, who's a 18th-time convicted felon, a 36-time convicted felon, a 170-time convicted felon, unlike him and stuff like that. So they were talking big, man. They were parroting exactly what the White House wanted them to parrot. And then they send out Blackgate drop to go ahead and drive it home because Creepy Sleepy refused to pardon the crackhead. I better go ahead into the press conference and ask her some questions, okay? Yes, excuse me, Blackgate drop. There's been rumors that Creepy Sleepy is gonna pardon his crackhead son. Is that true?
No.
No? Are you sure? Because, Democrats don't have a very good track record of being honest.
I just said no.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna, take your word for it. We'll be back tomorrow. Excuse me, Blackgate. I'm sorry, this is Kevin from Kevin's Corner again. Now, yesterday you said that Creepy Sleepy was not going to pardon the crackhead, but for some reason, my intuition, my gut is telling me that's perhaps a lie. Is that true?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear, and I said no.
Well, I don't know about that. I'll be back tomorrow. Ask again. You may change your mind, who knows? Or maybe Creepy will. Excuse me. Blackgate, it's Kev from Kevin's Corner again. Now, you've been repeatedly saying that Creepy Sleepy is not going to pardon his crackhead son. However, the crackhead is facing many charges, and Creepy is about to, wrap up his 4-year term. Is it possible that he might just go ahead and throw a curveball to the American people after lying to them and telling them that he would never, no way, no how, pardon his son? Is it possible he could throw a curveball to them and pardon him anyway?
President, I've been very clear. The president's not going to pardon his son.
All right. I'm going to try to take your word, but I'll be back again tomorrow. Excuse me. Blackgate? Yeah, you know the name. Hey, listen. I'm sorry to keep bugging you about this. You keep giving us the answer, but for some reason, since y'all been lying about everything else in the White House, I have a hard time believing it. So I'm going to ask again. Is Creepy going to pardon a crackhead?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
Okay. Now, remember, you're on record. You're speaking for Joe Biden, okay? See, so we want to be able to trust our government. We want to be able to trust our president. When he says something, we want to believe it, right? And especially you with this tough job to come out and have to keep emphasizing that Creepy said he ain't going to pardon the crackhead. So, all right, maybe I'll ask again in a week or so. Kevin from Kevin's Corner. Yeah, I know. Don't look that way. Anyway, I'm back to ask again. So I'm thinking out loud, considering the crackhead is facing multiple charges across the board that, may even surpass the couple charges that he's looking at right now. I mean, there's a lot of accusations out there about him and Burisma and some of the other dealings, and there's a lot of stuff on that laptop. And there's a new administration coming in. Could it be that, Creepy was hoping that he would win and then be able to sweep all of this under the rug? But since he didn't win, now he's going to backtrack on it and pardon Hunter when it comes down to every possible way he could be charged for any crime going way back like 10, 12 years ago. Could it be he's going to do that, give him a blanket pardon on the way out and just don't care about how it looks because he's like, I'm old, probably going to be kicking the bucket pretty soon. I don't care what the people have to say about it. Could it be that that's what Joe Biden is up to?
I don't have anything else to share about that. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole on this. I've been very clear. The president's been very clear when we've been asked this question.
I'm sorry. This is the last time I'm going to ask, okay? I know I've been pounding this question over and over again, and you've been swearing up and down it ain't going to happen. But now after this shellacking that the Democrats took, and knowing that Trump is coming in and he's going to have heavy hitters like, Pam Bondi and Cash Patel and people like that, is there possibly a fear that under some investigation, some more details might come out that will require more charges being brought against Hunter Biden? Could it be that Joe Biden is going to simply say, forget what I said, like he always does? Because he's been lying. Y'all have a bad record of lying. Could it be he's going to come out and say, I'm going to go ahead and pardon him anyway and make up some bogus story about some political persecution and stuff like that? Could it be that he's going to do that?
It's still a no. It's still a no. It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no. And I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
Well, there you have it. Back to you in Kevin's Corner. And of course, we all know what happened. He did exactly what he said he wasn't going to do. Came right out and pardoned him. And didn't just pardon him for the two things that he's looking at. Now, he pardoned him, going way back, to make sure that if Trump come in and start digging around in some of those past crimes, that there's nothing that he can do about it. Now, if this isn't nepotism, if this isn't a slap in the face to all of their voters, but see, here's the crazy part about this. You have a lot of Democrat pundits out there that are simply defending this. I mean, they have their heads so far up the Democrats' butts that they refuse to call balls and strikes. And they're actually defending this. And trying to compare it to Trump and say, so what, Trump's a convicted felon, which he's not a convicted felon. He hasn't been sentenced. We don't know if he's ever going to be sentenced, but they're still saying that as if it's true. And they're pretending that they don't understand the real lawfare that took place against Donald Trump, which would warrant a pardon not only for him, but everybody who was persecuted because they were affiliated with him. You get people online and in the news, they're trying to just limit the whole talking point to, these two offenses. Nobody would have been charged. And yet Hunter Biden was charged because he's Hunter Biden, and this was lawfare. A lawfare under justice system controlled by Creepy Sleepy? That doesn't make sense. And they're saying that nobody would have been charged. I mean, everybody probably would have been charged and sentenced and had to pay fines and had to go through all kind of other obstacles and stuff like that, unlike Hunter Biden. And notice they're not mentioning how the justice system got busted trying to really sweep the whole thing under the rug, and they had to come out and pretend that they was really going to go after Hunter and things like that because they didn't want to just make it exactly obvious that it's been politicized and they're trying to cover up and make sure that Hunter's above the law. So there you have it. Yeah, Joe Biden keeping his word, guys. Nobody is above the law, and I will not pardon the crackhead. And what did he do? Came right out there and pardoned that crackhead, and then directly he probably is pardoning himself too, because they would have went through the crackhead to get to him. But hey, I'm not shocked. I mean, heck, He's an old stinking liar. He's a corrupt politician. He's a funky old fart that's about to bounce, probably about to kick the bucket. And his pardoning gift to his son is to pardon him and say, son, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to, leave you a castle. I'm not going to leave you 15,000 cattle on a hill. I'm going to leave you your freedom, which, frankly, that dude should be thrown in a slammer along with Creepy. But hey, that's just a Democrat for you. They lie, they cheat, they steal, and they project. Now, God bless you. God bless America. Take care. Don't forget to hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you set your notifications for all. And if you want to support the channel, please feel free. The links are below. I got a Cash App, a PayPal account, and check out Kevin's Corner store. All right. God bless y'all. See y'all next time at Kevin's Corner. Take care.